Okay, we're going to set up the new Dreamweaver site from the very beginning, and we make the one simple, responsible website. So, just before we start, have one folder, the root folder, with images folder inside, and then I have numbers of images I'm going to use for this site. So, let's get started. So, open Dreamweaver. Before we start, we have to define the site um, to the other local root folder and images folder. So go to site menu, new site, and then the site name will be, this time I've been using the images of a plastic waste, and then my local site folder will be plastic I made, choose it. Now I can see that where my local root folder is here, and then check the advanced settings. There's one field on top, the image source. Click on that, and we're going to make a link to this images folder inside of your root. Choose it and save it. So now my files panel shows me my site name, plastic waste, and images. Everything's here, so it's ready to go. So now let's go to a new file, new document. We're going to make a new document, HTML, as a Bootstrap. Bootstrap is the kind of open source for responsive website. This time we're creating the new one, and I'm not going to include the pre-built layout, so let's start from the scratch. Create it. Okay. So I'm going to show you a few things how to set this up. So this is a new document. It's a blank document as a live mode. Once you click on the top of this new document, there's a body tag. So body tag is a kind of the biggest kind of container. I mean, the umbrella can hold and can cover all the contents and images and everything under the body tag. So since we're going to make a responsive website, the area we want to have a banner or navigation bar that we can call container supposed to be flexible. So in this body tag, choose the container fluid. Click on it. Okay. Yeah, my computer it works kind of funny. Okay, so I have a, you can see the body, and you have a container fluid. Inside of it, I'm going to have my navigation bar first. So let me choose um, nav bar. I'm using, let me try the inverted nav bar. And would ask you where to put it in. Before this container fluid, or after, or inside the nest. It is supposed to be inside of this container. So click on it. I have a navigation bar. Okay. So my navigation bar is selected. And after that, I want to have the banner images I just created under responsive image. So it can respond to the size of your different size of a screen device screen. Right. Goes to after my navigation bar. Click on it. It comes with a placeholder image like this grayscale square. Click on it and let me browse my first banner image. No, not new, banner one, like this. Okay, so I have this. Let me save it. as index.html and preview it in Google Chrome. Yep. Full menu as a small device menu, so drop down. So it looks good. And after this, I want to have, before we change something, I may want to have some kind of different background images for this. So let me do this. In your document, click somewhere here, and in your properties panel, click on the edit rule. It will control the CSS cascade and style sheet of your entire site. So I want to make some changes of my background. So let's say that my current default background color is white. If I want to have a blue, click on blue, and I can have a different background color. If I want to have an images, we can browse the images. So for example, let me import maybe this. Open, and I want to repeat just vertically only, and okay. Then it's kind of hard to see, but I have a background image. So either solid color or images, or if we import small images, and then we can repeat it as a tile, like 100 pixel by 100 pixel thing. Okay. Then after this, I have my body tag. Let me open my DOM so I can see all the elements I have. Under body tag, I have container fluid. I have another one. Yeah, I think by accident I inserted another one. Okay, so I have this. Let me just get rid of this. Okay. Under this container fluid, I want to have another container so I can have a different kind of elements. So what I'm going to do is choose this div tag, go to insert menu, and let me insert another fluid container. After, see, and then in this new fluid container, I want to have one grid row with a column, so I can have multiple columns. Let me say this time 2. It's going to be inside, so nest. Okay. So I have 2 kind of sections. First section, let me say I want to have some images in the text. So in 2017 version, Dreamweacer CC 2017, you're going to see under this bootstrap component panel, you will see the thumbnail. Mine is 2018. I have a little bit different looking. In my case, it's going to be cards. Nest again. So it keeps asking like this, where to put it in. Okay. Make it fit. And in this cell, in this column, I want to have a kind of the same one. Nest. Make it fit. For the images, that's the placeholder images. We can always change it. So for example, I may want to have different image for that, like this is Google. Okay. And for here, I may have another one. So we can keep playing with it. Let me delete it. And let me save it again. Save. Okay. And open in browser. The thing is, This CSS file is basically kind of locked. So to make a changes, like I'm changing the background image things or background color, that's part of the CSS. So we have to make it writable. Now it should be okay. File, save all, and let me preview. Yep. So I have a background. It's responsive. Okay. And then, so it's a kind of a routine. After this, and let me say I want to have another one, maybe after this, the two cards, or two thumbnails in your case. Then, always select that container. Then, let me insert another fluid container, or maybe this time let me insert the carousel. Carousel after this container. So I have this. See? So my first image, I want to have different, I saved a few more. Banner 2, like this. For my second one, I want to have banner 3, touch effect. For the fourth one, the third one. Banner 4. Okay. Let me save it again. File, save, and preview on the web browser. I have a banner, and I have a carousel images. Like this. Go back and forth. Okay. Okay. So this is kind of really basic settings. The most important thing is site definition, and also when you want to insert the new stuff, my recommendation is create a new container, fluid container, and then decide where to place it, about position, before or after or inside of current selection. And then once you have the container, then we can plug in anything inside. Okay, so that's it.